Well, hello and welcome back. We are going to continue sort of like a part two as we're looking at pulling some of our values into sessions, and we're going to track our current time frame at this point. So as we go into edit one, if we do return annual goals, there we go. I don't know why that's popping up. When we do an edit here, we're going to come in and we want to make sure that we're going to set our current one, but also be able to pick up a parent if there is one. So we have a couple things we need to do. And first thing we want to do is we've got our P that is our variable. We just kept it very simple. Somewhere in here, let's do it this way. I think we did it like that. Oh, maybe it's not it was probably single quotes around it. There we go. So we were just going to set that. So when we come in and do edit task, then we're going to set the parent. But the first thing we need to do, now in this case, this is so we've got an ID, so we're editing one. So we already have potentially a parent. And so what we need to do actually here is say either, actually I guess what we can do is we can just set our parent, which we're going to do here. And let's check our parent. So we're going to come through all of this, let's see, and we're going to actually do here. Let's see, did I use that already? Just in case, yes I did. So when I create a time frame, I'm going to go see if the parent's out there. Let's see, data's time frame, blah, 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 blah. Okay, so this isn't creating, so I can set my parent in this case. Now the edit's a little different because in here, what I want to do is I'm going to, let's see, so I set my roadmap, but I also need to set my parent if I have a parent. If I don't have a parent, then it's going to be me. And actually, when I come out of this, it needs to be me anyway. So what I need to do here, well, this is the check. What I do need to do right before I jump to my screen is I need to do the request.session P is actually going to be equal to my ID. And we're doing this as an ID, so it's going to be, let's see, so here it's edit, so I'm just going to make it equal to this ID. So I need to make sure that I'm going to check it. I need to check it beforehand. And I do that. Let's see. So as I come in, I'm going to edit. And well, in this case, I'm actually in pretty good shape because what I'm going to do is I'm going to say that I'm going to grab the data for that guy. And I'm actually in pretty good shape because I've already grabbed the data. Parent. Where did I set parent? Parent equals data.parent. So in the edit, I'm okay. In a create, let's make sure I got that. Creating a time frame, then I'm going to try to grab the parent if I can. And I don't need to actually set it at this point because it would have been from an edit and then the parent is going to be there. So I should be okay. So let's check that. Oh, and then actually, while we're at it, when we do an edit time frame, edit task. Where's our tasks? There's active, edit a roadmap, create a roadmap, list a roadmap. Oh, and actually, we need to free this up. So when we select a new roadmap, we just need to make sure. Let's just put it, and we'll put it up here. Here, what we need to do is request.session P equals none because we want to make sure when we jump to a new time frame, a new roadmap that we clean out the time frame parents because now roadmap is our top level, our root of our path that we need to follow down, sort of our cookie trail. Let's see, creating a roadmap. We can actually probably create roadmap. Let's just do it just to be safe. We're going to do the same. And actually, when we do create roadmap, right now we're going to come in. That's one of the first things we're going to do is we're going to clean those two out. Which again, I probably should call this like let's let's do it that way. Let's do clean session. And that has to have the request. And we're just going to do it like that. So we're going to do clean session request. Whoops. Let me do that. So we'll probably use that in a couple places. So now let's jump back to our parent. We're going to steal that code. And when we do an edit task, giving a little, vamping a little bit in our noise. Edit task. Okay, so an edit task, when we come in, let's see. So editing a task, we should be in pretty good shape. Parent's null, but if actually that should be parent equals none. Let's do that. And actually here, because we're doing this, so parent actually equals, as we come in, it's going to be the object because we're getting a task object. So it's going to be data dot, we'd call it time frame. Oh, this is actually a parent for a task. Let's look at that. Did we do it that way? We did not. We don't have stacked tasks. They're tasks. They are all attached to a singular time frame. So, okay, so we're good there. So our parent is actually, in this case, is our time frame. And then if we come through here, this is where we handle if, let's see, so if it's a post, then we do some stuff, but if not, and so this is where we can just say here is if there's a parent in the session, then we're going to get that. Let's see, if he's there, then we're going to grab that parent and we're going to set him there. And so now we don't need to do this because this is where we're checking our query string variables. We don't need those two. Let's make sure we got that right. Just press it. Okay, so we should be good there. So that's in editing a task. We may need it. Let's see if we go to create task. I'm going to get rid of that test. I don't think I use that anymore. Did I clean that up somewhere? I did not. Let's get rid of that just to get that out of there. Clean that thing up. And let's see, deleting a task. Create a task. Here we go. So here we were not in creating a task. We don't send anything in, but now what we can do is, let's see, so blah, 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 blah. We get it. This is a new one. So if it's in request session, then data dot time frame equals parent. Then actually just call it that. Let's say it's going to be TF. And so now when we create one, if there's one in the session, we're going to create it based off of that. Oh, we got to save that. There we go, because it was barking about it. And I think we are in good shapes in that. So now we should be set that we could start all the way up in our roadmap. And let's see, so this is annual goals 2021. And now we've got personal goals and professional goals. And this is going to be just like, we'll do delete goals. So we're going to create one here, but it's looking for time frame matching the query. So I think when I do this, creating a time frame, so it should be TF, which is interesting why it is not. So let's take a look at that real quick. So if we do the time frame without anything, so that calls create time frame. Time frame, there we go. That's ID, we should be good there, we should be good there. Let's see, let's go look at that. Oh, Where did that go? Let's go look at that error a little more specifically. So he's in 296, which is right here. So if he's in the session, what we need to do is if not equal to none, then we do that. Probably have to change that in a couple places. And so let's check that real quick. Let's go back here. Let's reload that page. And now if we do create time frame, so now we've got that. It's got our roadmap. It has no parent. But let's go back. And let's go to our personal goals. And so let's look at this one real quick. As we have no parent, because it doesn't have a parent time frame, we can let's create a goal for the period. Oh, we got to clean that up a little bit, but let's create a task. So this is an annual goal for personal. And let's just create a task. And we should see, but we're not seeing it because we didn't get our time frame didn't get set as we came through for creating a new task. So let's take a look at that. When we create a task, that is the task. So we're walking our way through these guys. So that's create task. And if we go here, create task, there we go. So if P is in the session, then it should say data.timeframe equals that. Let's make sure, did we change that somewhere? Oh, I don't think we did, because I think if we do task edit, let's see, go page, parent ID. Let's go back. We may have switched that up a little bit. So here, we don't have one on the create task. So if we go to edit task, we can probably see that same thing where we have a parent. And let's see, so we pulled it from the time frame. So in create task, what we need to do is we've got a parent. Whoops. And he's going to be parent, but we need to come here and either say, let's do it this way. So parent is either no. So let's just do parent. Well, let's do it this. Yeah, we'll do it this way. So parent equals time frame. And then here, let's see, we can just do parent equals TF. So if we do that, and then we come back here, and we do our create task, now we should see, it's still not coming through. Okay, so I'm on a time frame, so I should see my time frame. So, and then when I do create task, let's take a look at, let's take a look at that real quick. So create task, let's look at this real quick. Print request.session. Take a look at that real quick as we do a create. Now when we look, he does that. Let's do my parent. Print parent. And let's just see what he looks like, because he says here, I'm going to set my parent, otherwise I'll go through here. All right, let's try this guy real quick. I'm back through this. Because of this, we're probably going to make this a 3-parter. Now, go back here because I want to look over here. And so parent is annual personal goals, which is my time frame. And so he should be picking that up, but he is not. So I may not have that in my edit task. let's see, if I go task edit, and I think that's the only one I've got. If I set here, he should all be good. Oh, I may not be setting my, let's make sure I'm setting my form properly. So, oh, I bet I'm not. Let's see, so here's my form. So what I want to do is actually, let's break him down here. Let's bring him further down where I actually load that up. Probably not load my values right. And so now, there we go. So now I can create a task. I've got this. And this is just going to be delete me. Well, actually, I don't even have to do that. And so if I create a goal for a period, if I go to second, like a first quarter, I'm going to have, if I create a time frame, then my parent's okay. If I go into a time frame like my first quarter goals, if I create a task, then it's for the time frame of first quarter. If I create a time frame, my parent is first quarter. And so there we go. We've got those. Now we do have, I think we're actually in pretty good shape because we want to change our task list, but now we've got a very basic version of this. We did have a listing of tasks in general that we're going to want to deal with. I'm sorry, that's not there. That's in our URL. So we have this tasks, which we actually no longer have access to. We may want to clean that up because now it shows all of our tasks. And actually, I'm sorry, time frames is the other one that shows all time frames. And we may want to change that up. But for right now, I think that gives us our basic flowing through our application. We're going to continue. We're going to do some cleanup. And we're actually getting pretty darn close to something we can use here. And we'll take care of that next time around. So go out there, have yourself a great day, and we will talk to you next time.